Milwaukee. The Milwaukee Bucks knew the key to tying the Eastern Conference Finals was making sure Trae Young didn't take over again. They did all that and more Friday night. Giannis Antetokounmpo scored 25 points, Jrue Holiday added 22 and the Bucks blew out the Atlanta Hawks 125-91 in Game 2. Young struggled for much of the night after finishing with 48 points and 11 assists in the Hawks' 116-113 Game 1 victory. Last game he was living in the paint, had a lot of floaters, and those are pretty much layups for him, Holiday said. We didn't really want that to get him started early. And I don't think he went to the free throw line much tonight, which is also pretty big for us. Young scored 15 points but matched a career worst with 9 turnovers before leaving the game for good with 3:48 remaining in the third quarter. He shot 6 of 16 overall, 1 of 8 on three-point attempts and 2 of 3 on free throws. I take complete responsibility for what happened tonight, Young said. Taking care of the ball is something I've got to be better at. I will be better at it. It's really they just upped their physicality tonight. We've got to do the same. The Bucks never trailed, scored 20 straight points late in the second quarter and led by at least 30 throughout the second half. Both teams rested their starters for the entire fourth quarter. This marks the third straight series in which the Hawks lost Game 2 after winning Game 1 on the road. Those Game 2 losses have been decided by a total of 59 points. The series shifts to Atlanta for Game 3 on Sunday. We have to play harder, Hawks coach Nate McMillan said. That intensity that they came out with wasn't a surprise to us. But they showed that there's another level that we have to get to. They totally just dominated the entire game. Young said he didn't believe the Bucks did anything different schematically to slow him down Friday. He thought the Bucks just played more aggressively and benefited from the way the game was called. When they're aggressive and officials don't call it, nights like tonight happen, Young said. Milwaukee was intent on making life difficult for Young 2 nights after the Bucks blew a 7-point lead in the final 4 minutes of Game 1. Young's Game 1 performance had made him the first player ever with at least 45 points and 10 assists in a conference finals game. Young committed 8 turnovers in the first half alone. Milwaukee's Khris Middleton agreed the Bucks' aggressiveness made a difference. That was a huge key from Game 1 to Game 2, Middleton said. Game 1, they were able to get whatever they wanted on the court. Trae was getting in the paint, throwing those lobs and getting everybody else involved. Tonight we wanted to set the tone and just make sure they weren't going to be comfortable. Brook Lopez scored 16 points for the Bucks. Middleton had 15 points, 8 assists and 7 rebounds. Antetokounmpo had 9 rebounds and 6 assists.